What's up, guys? It's KingDaddyDmac, and welcome back to another episode of Palworld. That's right, it's been a little while, and I missed you. Yeah, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of updates in the game, and even new bosses added over the last few months since we last played. But just because I haven't been recording doesn't mean I haven't been playing. I wanted today to go over changes, updates, and also just kind of show you a little show off of what I have been up to. It should be pretty exciting. But first and foremost, the new update that was added is now when you do breeding, you have a chance to get an alpha variant of one of your pals. What does that mean? Well, let me show you. So, you know, whenever you'd battle a boss or something like that, they'd have this special little icon here, and I believe it just gives extra health. Well, yeah, you can now get those, and it's actually pretty, like, I don't want to say it's common, but it almost feels like it's like a 1 out of 10 chance or something like that. I'm just saying what it seems like to me. I don't know that is the actual rate, but like it's not that rare. Maybe 1 out of 20. In any case, I am currently breeding up all of my best pals to try and get alpha variants of all of them. I've been successful, as you saw with our guy Frost Stallion. I've done so much breeding. It's not even funny. But I'm currently working on trying to get a Shadow Beak in the alpha, trying to get a Jet Dragon. And in fact, we only had one Jet Dragon as we left off. I captured another. I had to capture actually a couple until I was able to get both a male and a female. And yes, I have done massive breeding with all of them. And then this update dropped, and I gotta kind of not start from scratch, but I have to kind of do it all again. I'm also getting prepared. There is a brand new raid boss, and it's kind of scary. It's not the type of battle that you do just, you know, you and your pals. I'm not saying it's not possible that way, but it's kind of like you have to have all of your pals at your base help you out, you know, if you want to be able to do it successfully. So that means I've been super busy trying to get, I think it's 20 pals that you're able to have at your base at any one time. So we have to get not just one team's worth, you know, that's in your party, but 20 plus your party. So it's been kind of tricky. You know, it's been taking a lot of time, but I have been a busy little bee in making this happen. The raid boss, I believe it's like Bellinor or something like that. It's a dark type. So Dragon is probably going to be our best bet. However, it does, as I've heard, have lots of different possible ice moves and stuff like that, which dragons are weak to. So I finally got around to breeding our Jormuntide Ignis, which is also kind of an annoying guy to breed because you can't breed two different pals to get this. You have to do it just with, you know, two of these guys. That's the only way to get it. You know, it's the only breeding pair that will do it. So that has been a little tricky, but I'm doing okay with it. I'm actually got so far, I think, 2 successful of them. And this is what I'm working with right now. Musclehead, Ferocious, so plus attack, and then Vanguard and Stronghold Strategist. This is to help me, and this is to help him. Now, I could do some other stuff for attack, but I just figured for now this is the best. Lucky would be nice, except to get lucky, you got to find a shiny variant of them, which one day I will get, but, you know, it just hasn't happened yet. These guys are a little tricky to find. There's only, I believe, only one spot on the map, quite possibly you can get it. As you can see right here, this is what an alpha variant looks like of them. See how much bigger it is? It's almost like a lucky variant. So anyway, I have just a bunch of pairs all breeding up, and then I have this one off in the back. I need lucky for this one as well, but this is my worker ones, because this is actually one of the best fire type for, you know, doing the forge and stuff like that. It has one of the highest stats. As you can see, I have a 5 and a 4 there. 4 is what it is, and then once you condense it, it goes up and up and up. So pretty cool. So this is what I'm working on up here. I like to have so many of them because this is the other issue. As you know, I do use a mod that allows me to see what my IVs are. That's what the value of each stat can be anywhere from 0 to 100, 100 being the best. And this is the other problem when you're breeding, unless you have something else to piggyback off of. You got to just wait until you get the random numbers. I was able to get attack and defense at 100, and I'm currently working on health. I just got to sit and wait until randomly a baby gets 100. Other than that, been doing quite nicely. So I said this is my most recent breeding project. Frost Stallion, I already have done perfectly, and tons of them. I'm just at this point worrying about leveling them up. And I did get the alpha variant for it already, so that's pretty cool. And this is what an absolute max level one is. Do have it with Legend and Ice Emperor. Legend would be another nice one. I'm not sure if it's even possible to get a Jormuntide Ignis with Legend. If you know of any ways that I just don't know about, let me know, please, in the comments below. Jet Dragon also got tons of versions of them, but this is our main attack version. Musclehead, Divine Dragon, that's the boost in dragon attacks, Legend, and Ferocious. So, yeah, pretty cool. And I got a whole bunch of other guys, too, that I'm currently working on. I had actually, in the previous videos, already had Shadow be done, but I didn't have them with Lord of the Underworld, so I went on back in the breeding and got that to replace. I normally had Lucky here instead. So anyway, been busy with that. Couple of other projects as well. I also finally got my Suzaku Aqua all the way to 100. However, he doesn't have the water boosting move yet. I'm going to have to go back and do that as well, but instead we got Lucky, so, you know, it's not horrible. It's not the best, but it's better than what we had. Other changes. These are some of the cooler things. For one, leveling up your guys. A lot easier now. This is because we now have these training manuals. And basically what these do is they give you XP straight to any single creature that you want. They're not bad. This one here, I think, gives you around 2,000 XP per. We'll use them, but I got to make sure I do it on the right guy. This one gives around 20,000, I believe, which is actually a good amount. I haven't tried the legendary yet. I wanted to do these on camera with you. And then I also got loads of tech manuals that will unlock more Ingram points or what have you. These are the new slabs. These are what's used to summon in Bellinor. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to wait, though, until I was recording to actually use them, unlock them. And we're going to be doing the raid boss. Probably not today. Today is going to be about going over what I've done since the last episode. It's been about, I don't know, a month, and I've played almost every day since then. So lot has updated. But yes, a lot of things that I have not yet unlocked, and I wanted to unlock with you guys. Gear-wise, I've upgraded from previously. We're using pretty much all, what's it called? Basic stuff, common stuff. I'm up to the rare level, the blue level. In both of these, I was able to get a uncommon rocket launcher. And let me see. And then we got our heat resistant. I think I actually might have got this in one of the last episodes. I do now have 2 attack level 2 pendants. And then also, I pretty much have every pendant in rare. So pretty cool. This, oh, and then also upgraded undershirts at rare. This is new. This is the Ring of Mercy. This was added in the update prior to this one. And this is such a helpful item for taming. Basically, this is going to reduce any guy down to a single hit. So you can't actually defeat them. You only you bring them down to 1 HP. And then, you know, makes it best for taming. So pretty cool. I've also been a busy bee. Getting these cave mushrooms are a little, like, they're not hard to get, but it takes time. It takes time. Let me show you what those are for. If you don't know, there was added in, let's see here. We have added in XP, or recovery meds, finally. These guys take cave mushrooms, and cave mushrooms, the only way to obtain them is basically going into dungeons and caves and finding them, picking them off the ground. I think you might be able to get them rarely as like a drop from some pals, although I can't confirm that. But anyway, the best is most likely to go for the high quality. That's going to take 10 cave mushrooms. And usually you get under 10 in any one dungeon. 5 for this guy, and then 3 for this guy. You might as well go for this one. If you can get 3, you can get 5. But I've been doing mostly 10, and finally use for the cotton candy, I gotta say. But I have been working pretty hard on getting all of that. The rest of the potions have just been drops. And by the way, the straight up potions, I have found the low quality in chests. I have had pals randomly drop them, usually when it's like the raids on the base. Let's go ahead and swap up one of, yes, Lylene, please help me out here. Let's go ahead, make this one. Bada boom. And bada boom. Lylene! Crap. I forgot I already actually had a Lylene out, but that's okay. Come on. Come on, do it. Do it. All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, beautiful. So these I've been saving. These do not expire over time, which is excellent. That's taken so long to get to that point. But that's a nice thing. However, the mushrooms, they do expire over time, so you got to be careful. So now we are working towards leveling all of our guys up. I've been doing it slowly but surely, and I haven't been using the tech manuals or the XP whatevers they are. I so far have all these jet dragons all leveled up to 50 amongst several other random guys. But you know what? The next thing, because this is mostly the alpha update just came, I have loads of eggs ready to hatch. Let me go through hatching all of these eggs, and let's see how many alphas I can get, and if I can get any of them that are perfect. So I'm going to go do that real quick, guys. It's a little annoying to watch when I do eggs, and then we'll get to some action. Ooh, some time later, I have completed clearing out all the eggs and hatching all the eggs. Most of them. It's an ongoing thing, but every single one of these egg things was full, and both of the breeding huts were filled with eggs. Pretty much all hatched, and all in all, I'm pretty happy. I am very happy with the success that we got from this. I got 1 out of 2 perfect in an alpha. Let's take a look. We have bada boom, Shadow Beak, all the moves that passive skills that I wanted, and all perfect IVs in an alpha. So not bad. Definitely about to condense that guy. We have this one right here, which is also the same thing, but not alpha. But hey, I'm going to use all this guy's condensedness to go into our new alpha one so we can be maxed out. I got several jet dragons. These are the best two that I got, a male and a female. Both of them pretty decent. This one's 100 in attack. This one has 100 in attack and in health. Both of them with all the moves I want. So not bad. Still going to continue working on it till we get it perfect. But I have to say, I have done so many. Look at all these are all condensed. We've got this thing over here. Condensed. Like, I have a ridiculous number of condensed guys. By the way, this was the original that I was working off of. Not bad. Yeah, so, I mean, we got tons of them. All these guys. I've done so... In fact, it's been a while. I've got my chickpeas. I just removed our Jormuntide. I almost called him Gyarados. And I'm swapping out. I have a very minimalistic farm just for doing cakes. I have red berries over here. I have the wheat over here. I've got enough for now. When you're working with so many breeding farms, you just don't have much left for other stuff. I probably should have another base doing all that stuff. Ultimately, we will. Did you clear out... I just don't like leaving the... Okay, so all the crops are cleared. I can now switch you out. Bada boom. And get my cows back in. Generally, I like to have two cows and 2 chickens going at all times. And then I like to use Ragnahawk. Basically because he'll do the cooking of the cakes, and pretty decently, mind you, with a 4 in the fire. But then he also has a 4 in transport, and being a flying type and just a really nice size as well. He's pretty quick in transporting. So, you know, since I'm not cooking constantly, I like to be able to have transports going as well. But in order to maintain this crazy breeding like I am, I got to be making cakes up the wazoo. So go ahead, buddy. Go to town. But I'd say he does pretty well. Does pretty well at making cakes. Probably there's only 2 guys that would be probably better than him, but I just like the combined skills that he has. One of which is Blaze Mutt. Another one that I need to work on for getting an alpha, but I've got this guy bred all the way up with Flame Emperor, without Flame Emperor, and then I have loads of Artisan Lucky Serious Work Slave ones. All these guys are condensed. It's pretty nuts, and I'll show you them over at our other little farm. But anyway, let's get this guy, this new alpha, all done up. So, bada boom, bada boom. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it the other way because I want to clear the space. Let's go ahead here. I'll lose one, but who cares? I'd say after doing this, the alphas maybe, it feels more like 1 out of 20. So this is a 64 fully condensed. And I love how they do this now, where you don't have to like do it in stages. You can just do whatever you want, and it remembers every single guy, like how far into the condense you are. So there, we lose one, but who cares? I get so many of them. All right, fully condensed Shadowbeak at level 1 with the stats we have. It is 226. Let's see if I have any other level 1s. I may not. They may have already been leveled up. Let's see. Here's a fully condensed level 1. Yeah, same way. So 226. It's exactly the same. But the health, 699. And 717. So that's going to be where you see the difference. Then defense is 90. And defense is 90. So it's just extra health. But I'm sure that difference gets much larger as you level them up. So pretty happy on that front. I may end up removing pretty soon these guys. And having 2 different jet dragons going on. So anyway, the jet dragon eggs, though, I have to do in the back where it's warmer. Sweet. All right. So next, what I have to do, this takes me so long because out of all of our, like, this is my biggest complaint about the game. It does not give you enough space. I have everything full. So I made Lileen's up the wazoo. All these condensed. These are all the main way as a worker. But then I like to keep all the different main things so that when I'm doing breeding from one guy to another, I have every stage and combination that I might need to make it go way faster. Patella was one of the pals that I needed to get to Lileen. Also pretty good for doing basically the same as Lileen. The only difference is not quite as good at doing the farming, but it has its own transport, which sometimes you want that, sometimes you don't. B-Guard. I've been working on B-Guard for a lot. Huge pain in the neck pal. This one, it's very rare to get a male. So it becomes really difficult for breeding. But I've got condensed if I wanted to have a whole team of them. Or if I want to use them. Ideally, this is what you want for the farming guys. This is the ideal setup. Diet lover, positive thinker, dainty eater, and work slave. You could also argue having like any of the movement speeds would be better. But that's because the grazing, it does not, it's not like an active ability. Like it's not doing... It's not crafting something. It's not working. So having the artisan, type of moves on it doesn't actually speed anything up. So that's the ideal way to have it. With the cows, I didn't get to it yet, but I do have it. This is the ideal for if it is, working. But anyway, I do that for the grazing anyway. So I've got those guys all done. I've got loads of Ragnahawk. I redid the Ragnahawks. And this has been one of my ideal guys for doing the fire. I have Masanda done as a worker, and I'm not sure if I went back and did it as anything else, but I was using Masanda to get, I think it was Patella and Masanda to get the Lileen. I can't remember. Here's my chickpeas. These guys, I have loads of different variations, and that's because much like Jormuntide Ingas, one of the few pals that you have to breed with itself to get a further version. So it's a great first step in breeding if you have this to then breed tree towards other stuff. Haven't got to either of these two legendaries yet. This guy, the Kitsun, you remember when I was doing him. He was a long time ago, used for a breeding tree. Also a great caving mount. Verdash, finished all my Verdashes, mostly as a worker, is another really great, what I actually prefer if I'm not using Lileen. If I want transport too, excellent option. I've got Kelpsies, a team of fully condensed ones. If I'm running, it was basically for when I was running a water team to boost, because its ability is that it boosts water moves. I got to get the rest of these guys at some point. I did finally, let's actually just look at this real quick. I did finally, I think this is one of the ones. Does it show up? Oh, come on. I finally got the Gummas. I came across them one day. There was a bunch of them right by my base. Let me just see if I can find one of the ones with the red. Let's take both of these guys out to make it go faster. Yeah, there we go. People were complaining that I didn't, in some ways, technically complete the PAL decks because of this stupid thing. There's randomly a chance that you can get a Gummas with that little red flower. I'm not sure that it's anything other than a visual thing. I'm also not sure. I've saved them to see if when you breed, if you can pass that. But in any case, we've got 2 of them that have it, or 3 of them actually that have it. So I don't know, kind of cool, just cool little thing. Unfortunately, I had to delete, sell, condense tons of my guys just to make room. More Suzakus. I got Suzaku finished in both the both things. Frostallion Knock, I've got that one finished. I think we had that guy done previously. This is pretty much my only page of random pals that I have left. I get tons of, just because it's close by the base, tons of shiny ones. So yeah, just random stuff, different guys I want to work on. This guy may actually be in our team going into the future. For when we do the raid boss, I'd heard it's actually pretty good. I redid a couple of Astegons to get the Lord of the Underworld. I needed this to pass it to remake Shadowbeak. Let's see. So our Shadowbeaks, these guys are all of our finished ones. More Frostallions. Let's see. Anybody else? And then these are all different variations of Suzaku that I redid. All of our, or Suzaku Agua, Suzakus. I have Mamorests finished for both, attacking and for like the artisan version. This I needed for a breeding. I've got normal Jorunthide totally done in both the attacking. I don't have it with the Lord of the Sea. I got to get that put onto it, but this would be the next best variation. But I've got that for both the artisan ones, which I have tons of them out and working. And then Anubis I also have done, but I don't have the Earth Emperor passed down on them. And then here's other variations of Jetragon, more Anubis. And then Blazemut was a pretty recent one that I did. I hadn't realized you don't, I thought Blazemut you had to breed with itself to get it, but then I found out you don't, and I just went ham. And I finished the project, don't have the alpha yet because that update only just dropped. All right, so all that stuff, that pretty much catches you up there. Next, new updates to technology. So we've got to see that ring that got added. And I believe that's under ancient technology. This is a lifesaver in, quite frankly, a pretty overpowered thing. They now added in ore mining sites. So happy they did. This makes it so you don't have to have bases by metal. This was in the update from like a month ago. They have both the ore mining site and the extended or the ore mining site too. Both are pretty affordable and way better than just wild metal. So that's cool. Let's see. The Ring of Mercy, we talked about that, brings it down to 1 HP. So pretty sweet. That's huge for taming. They have the Antique Dresser, which I haven't unlocked yet. How many points do I have? I'll have the books to do it. So Antique Dresser. This allows you to change the look of your character, I believe. This, pretty awesome. Unfortunately, it gets consumed every time you use it. So you have to farm Dazzy Clouds. But this will basically, it's like an escape rope, kind of, from normal Pokemon. It basically allows you to transfer back to home no matter where you are, which is especially great if you're, like, say, farming and, or if, I guess if you have to get out of an awkward situation. However, it cannot be used while inside of a dungeon. So, interesting. I tried it once. Once I saw that it consumes, I stopped using it, but it's going to be great. Summoning Altar. This is how we summon the raid boss. So let's go ahead and unlock that. And then once you defeat the raid boss, see that Ancient Civilization Core? Don't have this yet. That you obtain by defeating the raid boss. So that we need to start taking on raid boss. Then they also have the Electric Egg Incubator. This, I believe you get as a drop, I think, from the raid boss, but you can also, you need the Ancient Civilization cores. And then, let me see, was there anything else? Decal gun. I think that's everything so far. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Is there anything else that I wanted to do with you guys? I think that's about it for major newly added stuff. There we go. Anubis is so good at crafting. So boom, your character will be defenseless while editing. Proceed. All right, that's kind of cool. So we can make changes if we want. Awesome. All right, I'll deal with that later, but it doesn't look like it cost anything. So I like it. All right, next up. Let's go take a look at some of my other bases. Holy, I just cleared out all the eggs up here too. All these were full and every egg thing was full. It took me over an hour to do it all, but I have some pretty cool things to show you. We got two really good things, at least for me. I did get a couple more that were perfect the way we had it, but, this one, perfect ability to go along with our working ones until we get lucky. Conceded. I'll show you that in a second. I finally got a 100 in the health. Only gonna have to pass over the attack stat. Unfortunately, look at what it has. Artist and positive thinker, slacker. It's gonna be a pain in the neck. I have to get this turned into this or thereabouts. Definitely going to be doable. This is why, though, when you're doing breeding, you want to hold on to those single slot guys because it's easiest to do a guy with a single slot with something with undesirables. And there's, I believe, a higher chance to just get one ability back to try and get away the nasty stuff. Otherwise, you get stuck in a loop of having tons of crappy stuff for a long time. So I'm going to, luckily, this is the last one to clear out space. I had, at the beginning of this episode, Musclehead. Let me see, where's one that has it? Stronghold, Vanguard, Musclehead, and Ferocious. I had singles of all those. I ended up condensing them to save space. This was the last one I had, and I was going to use it, and I'm glad I didn't. Because, yeah, gonna want to get those guys going. So let's get that set up. And like I said, we also got our perfect worker bee one for at least a little bit. And finally, I get to put this guy in my inventory, too. I got all those out. All right, so anyway, let's replace, for now, probably these guys. And let's go ahead, put in you. And put in you. And hopefully we should get good progress from that. The only unfortunate thing is I was getting ready to start leveling up all these guys for the battle, which I'm hoping I can have the battle done and ready by tomorrow. It might be in 2 days. We shall see. In fact, I've been intending to make this video all week long, and I have to tell you, it is tedious getting all this stuff set and ready for you guys to an appropriate spot. By today, I was like, because I was hoping to do the raid boss battle today, but I'm just not ready yet. I'm close, but not quite ready. And I'm still playing on where I have to wait in at the longest 20 minutes for an egg to hatch. If I have the heating right for these huge eggs, it's 10 minutes. But as you can see, I have so many. By the time I get them all set out, the next, stage of eggs is ready. So it ends up being fine. I don't need to. I know a lot of people, when they play this game, make it where it's like insta-hatch. So, all right, and I got to put food in there because I removed it. Bada boom. Just take half of that for now. Oh, seriously. All right, this is why I use the grapple hook. Anyway, I'm just going to get these guys a breeding. And as I was saying before, I want to show you the other bases because I did quite a lot at them. However, we have to choose one base to tear down for this fight. So that's what we'll be talking about today. Where'd I get these eggs from? Going there, going there. All right, fair enough. I'll worry about it later. I have so much, I can literally just go nonstop and hatch egg, pick up egg, hatch egg, pick up egg. And look at down here already. Loads and loads of eggs. All right. So anyway, I think I'm going to actually swap out maybe some Frostallions because these guys I don't want to level up just yet since we just got the new potential best version. All right. So let's go to first base that you're familiar with. However, it's gone through a lot of changes. This is our coal base. This likely I am going to keep just because coal is still a very important resource for us. But it's possible, since we don't need metal anymore in the same way, it's possible that I might switch to a more efficient coal place. Because I have to say, I cook the coal way faster than I make it. But anyway, I have set up by each node just to try and do efficiency a chest for guys to pick stuff up. It's still a little unfortunate because they don't always prioritize what to do first. But anyway, they did add this chest settings, which is amazing. You can set it so that a chest only, which items you want to exclude or include. And for these type of things is so great because I can just have them, only put the ores in there. These are the level 2 ore mining things. They're pretty large. They have a max capacity that is the exact same as the smaller one. So I think the main difference is possibly how many guys can work on it at once. This is my guess. That or it produces maybe faster. I don't know. But anyway, I have both of these. Just have to walk up, press F on them to clear them. And then, bada boom, I can just empty them out. And otherwise, sometimes the guys will empty it, but when you leave the base, it usually gets messed up and it doesn't remember what to do. These blaze mutts are awesome, though. They are faster at mining than the Anubis, and they do mining, and they're also faster. Let me actually look. It might be the same as what the Ragnahawk is. So this guy right here, yeah, it's the same as the Ragnahawk at the, what do they call it, kindling. But if you compare it to an Anubis has a 4, and this is, again, once it's fully condensed, it's got a 5. Now, where the Anubis is nice is it can do the transfers as well, whereas the Blaze Mutt does not. So that's where, depending on whether you want transfer or not, is what you determine. However, for running a base like this, if you're just doing mining, you pretty much just have the Blaze Mutts and Anubis. The only other guys I have just because I have a farm here. And then for the smelting with the better stuff, you need at least one electric guy. And then for the farming, I switch it up between 1 or 2 Jormuntide and Lylene. It's nice to have Lylene in a situation like this. In fact, both of these two, just because you get them to focus on the farms. If you have a guy that has transport as well, what will happen is, he'll start to work on the farm, but then he'll see something to pick up and he'll get distracted. And you end up not having even crop growth. But what this area is basically turned into, originally I was just doing my salads over here. But then as my breeding farm kept getting larger and larger, I needed a separate spot that would be constantly making berries and wheat. So I ended up adding that in. And I have the Verdash here as well to help the Lylene, give her a break. It's always good to have, and why sometimes I like to have 2 of these guys, is so that they can take breaks and switch off between each other, which can definitely be helpful. I don't know what's going on with this guy. It's probably a visual glitch, but just to be safe, let's pick him up, throw him back down. And what's also awesome, this, I believe, was also added in. You can actually set on each guy now exactly what you want him to do. So, like, for the Grizzlebolt, I have him not do anything but electricity. The same with the Vanworm Crystal. you can have it so it's only going to go to the fridge. And that way, when the server resets or things goof up, it'll always go back to the correct thing. So, but yeah, this is basically, I use it for my charcoal is the only reason for the location. Real safe spot. But I found it's actually better. Like, in fact, I'd prefer to cover up this area if we stay here. And just use only the mining sites. Because they produce so much more quickly. And they don't leave an inventory that, you know, on the ground. The rocks are important if you want to cook up the palmetto. And that's what I have over here. And usually that's why I also have 2 of these guys running. But then I'll have the one guy doing these to get the this stuff, which you make through stone. And you need a lot of it for the palmetto. But I like having 2 so one can focus on the farm, the other can focus on that, or, you know, vice versa. So, but for the most part, I have so many salads, I might even just turn off for a little while salad production. I end up with my farms, picking them up, breaking them up, and just whatever I need at the time, I'll throw in. But the berry production, this was not enough. And when they go into stasis on the server, they just don't always, things will goof up. I'll end up getting like tons, even though I have the exact same amount of crop plots. For whatever reason, I'll get tons of lettuce and then like not as many tomatoes, and it just switches back and forth. So you got to keep an eye on it. And then also for over here for the salads, they now have the allow pal transport, which can be great. But in any case, that's these guys over here more or less. So just because of the charcoals, why I wouldn't move. And it's a nice, I like being at the top of the mountain. You never, ever get baddies that come over and harass your guys. So, and you can see how much metal I got. I don't really even need the metal. I have probably more than I'm ever going to use at this point. But one thing I did want to show you for leveling up, this is actually one of, I found the, if you want to AFK level up, check this out. If I go ahead and go boom, boom, and I found with the normal metal is actually the best. Look at the XP gain. Like it goes all the way up to 1,000, almost 2,000. It's just nuts. Look at the guy in the bottom. He was level 1 when I first came here, I think. That's our new alpha shadow beak. Level 22. It's just nuts. Absolutely insane. So I actually, when I have to cook up the metal, I'll save it up. And then I'll go ahead. It takes a couple of minutes to do the full 5,000 metal. But is a really good passive way to get XP. And I wish I realized about this earlier game, and especially because they didn't always have the XP things. I like to save those for when I like am in a crunch and I really need them. But this is, other than fighting bosses, probably one of the best XP ways of gaining XP that I've found so far in the game. Let's go ahead and do these as well while we're here. Basically anything when there's like production being done gives you XP. I really feel like you get gypped. I feel like with breeding, every time you hatch an egg, you should get XP or something, because that is an extremely tedious process. Yet you get, other than the pals you have nothing really to show for it. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. So I'm actually going to chill here for a minute just because I don't want to waste this XP, because this is part of what we need right now, is to get all of our guys up to level 50 for the upcoming fight. The other issue we're going to have, by the way, is I'm going to have to throw a bunch of pals in the ground because we do not have space to put them. In fact, I've had to sell or throw away so many pals that I didn't want to just because I didn't have the space. Anyway, I'll see you back once this is finished cooked, and we'll move on to the next base. All right, check it out. Look at the levels. When we first came here, I'm pretty sure that Shadowbeak only had one level or thereabouts. We're above level 40 on him now, which that's a lot of levels for just chilling. I did pull out another Jormuntide just because this still goes pretty slow. Like, it's not that bad, but my forging is way faster. I actually did three full stacks of 5,000 on one on each forge in the time that it's still not done, but that's good enough for me. You can see the XP once it gets to this, and it's just those, like, that still gives decent XP. And, you know, when you have them all going at the same time, it racks up. But it's just so weird that with the, with cooking in the forge, the ingots, it's all based on per ingot that you get the XP. And it seems like it's the exact same, whether you cook this or refined or PAL. And, since this cooks the quickest, because the recipe also is the least, it takes 2, whereas it takes 2 for that, but it does take longer. And then the PAL takes 4. It's just most efficient if you're XP farming to do the normal ingots. So in any case, I really wish too the XP would transfer to your party no matter where you are on the map if that's going on. That would certainly be nice. Another thing I've noticed is notice how every single PAL here, I believe at this point, is a level 50. I think if you leave, your PALs, see, these guys were more newly added. They're not level 50 yet. But I believe they get the XP too. I don't know if that goes away if you teleport away. That actually should probably be something I test. But, you could, the one nice thing about getting XP this way, unlike most other ways, is that it gets distributed to everyone in your party. And I'm pretty sure it also is everyone you have out. So you could technically be leveling, what, 26 guys all at once if you have them all out. So that might be, you know, especially taking that into account, I might want to have a base that is, you know, nobody's working except for the forges and that, and, you know, and stuff like that. And then throw out 20 guys out into here that I want to level up. Because that might be one of the most efficient ways, especially with these new ore mining things in the game. You do have to go and wait and collect enough, but as you can see, I did that for maybe like a day, and in this time, this is how much ore's been already remined. And mind you, these guys empty it out too if I'm here. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Anyway, let's move on to the next base. And then I'm going to finish off. I know this is going to end up being a long episode, but we'll finish off. I want to show you what one of my favorite ways of farming XP with my party is, while also getting the mushrooms for the potions. So here's the final spot, and this is our quartz spot. But the reason why I think it's about time to switch, there's really not too much that you need quartz for. I mean, it's vital, but look at how much I have. There's no way. I don't think I'm ever going to use all that quartz. And I have even more over here. Like, I don't think it's going to be possible to use it all. So I think it's probably, at this point, about time that I go. They also added in, oh, very nice addition. This, again, was in the update from like a month ago. They added in a lot more pals that work in the farms. And now, for instance, these Dumuds, they make high-quality pal oil in the farm, which is priceless. This is what you use one-to-one to make, I believe, the polymer. Let me just double-check this. And this is, by the way, too, this is the base that because I have so many Anubis out and not too much going on, this is the base that I like to do any mass crafting. Yeah, as you can see right here, high quality pal oil. We have 40,000 of it. So let's go ahead and start production. Boom. And what is nice is that they did fix in the updates. They're fixing the game better and better so that you get priority. But this is why you want to have the larger workbenches, is you can get more pals to work on it all at the same time. And I mean, just look at the speed that goes. It's insane. But this is usually where also when I have to craft up more ammo and stuff like that, gunpowder, this is where I go, and I can just in under a minute craft up thousands of any type of ammo. But that leads me to, I think we probably should be switching off this base soon, because the main reason for it is the quartz, and I have more than enough quartz that I will ever use. Again, the main thing for the quartz is for the circuit boards. And there's not too many things once you've crafted everything, you know, that you need the circuit board for. That's pretty much, you don't need to do it again. So anyway, they really should, though, I think, like, incorporate some other stuff so you have a reason to want more quartz. But this is where also I have, for now, I've been doing the farm. I threw in for the cotton candy, the, what's he called? I want to call him Lollipop, but I know it's not that. For the cotton candy, and then right now I have making also honey, which we need for the cake farm, because I just run out of slots at their breeding place. So one thing that I was thinking, we've got to completely pack up this base. So, and use this as, this what's it called, a PAL terminal, or the PAL box, to move to a new location. This is probably going to be the easiest, and we don't need to be at this location anymore. So this will likely be what we pack up. But I got to move all this stuff. By the way, this is what the smaller mining thing is, and it does allow 3 pals to work on it. So I don't know. Does this one have 4 pals? I keep on seeing only 3 working at this one, too. So I really don't know if there's a difference. They both have the exact same capacity. You can see they empty it out and then redo it. I don't know. It seems about the same to me. So anyway. And then I have stone ones over here as well for making the PAL metal, which is later game very important. You guys still working on this? They take a little while, but, you know, they switch up. We're just about done here. All right, so I'm going to let them finish up, and then we're going to have to figure out... Oh, I wanted to just show you what my favorite... And by the way, look at my XP go, just from the crafting. It's pretty huge. Once you've done the other ways of getting XP, of course, catching 10 of each pal is one of the best ways to get XP. But once you've already caught every pal 10 times, what do you do then? So this is a great alternative. And notice the XP goes away as soon as I leave the area. But maybe it's also because they finished crafting. One easy solution, I was thinking maybe what I could do, and we'll probably do this in the next episode, at least try it first for the first battle. What if I just I could just do the fight straight up here, but I could also pick up the PAL thing and move it to like here. So half of the base is up on the mountain, and then the other half is down here, and then do the fight down here. And I think by doing that, it allows me to be more or less protected from up here to shoot rockets, and also possibly some of my pals. But also that way, the one thing I'm a little afraid of that I'm not sure about is, can the raid boss damage the PAL terminal? And if it were to break the PAL terminal, I'm pretty sure that would be really bad. It might cause all the pals that are out to disappear. So doing it on a mountain or something might be a good solution to it. So that's probably going to be, it's getting cold. That's probably going to be the first way that we try it when I do it. And I do hope to do many of them. And I'm hoping that the team that we're building is good enough. We'll find out right away, but I'm hoping it's good enough to take on even the hardest raid boss. That's like my goal, my objective. So anyway, let me just transfer this stuff over. I'm sure it's going to be too heavy. Let's actually find out. Is it going to be too heavy for me? Yeah. All right. Let me transfer this stuff over, and then let's just quickly do my little routine that I wanted to show you guys. Crap. You know what, guys? I just looked. This video is already going to be too long, and it's probably going to take 10 or 20 minutes to do the whole routine that I like to do for leveling and mushrooms. So you know what? Maybe I'll make that a standalone video, possibly in between this and the Bellinor fight, the raid boss fight. Just because it's gonna, well, it's both, it's a blessing and a curse. The fact that we got the perfect 100 in health is awesome, because ultimately I'd have to have it to get our absolute best Jormuntide Ignis. The fact that it came right now means I have to re-level, recondense, and also rebreed them, not from scratch, but you know, to get that stat in there, which, you know, it throws a monkey wrench into things. So maybe we'll just make that whole little routine a separate video in itself. So look out for it. But I do plan to be playing Palworld until we conclude and complete all of the additional content. Because I absolutely love this game. As I said, I've been playing it a lot. I just think that it's a difficult game to YouTube for everything of progress, because literally for the past 300 hours of me playing this game, it's just been lay egg, hatch egg, lay egg, hatch egg, and it would end up being the same video. So in any case, look forward for that. And this week, we are doing the raid boss fight. I cannot wait. I'll get everything set and ready. But till then, guys, thank you all so very much for watching. It has been a pleasure. As you always do, please remember to show that amazing support by slamming that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel or you haven't yet, please do not forget to subscribe for the Palworld awesomeness. Again, look out for the other Palworld videos coming up this week. After we finish this, I should be launching a new ARC series as well, so super excited about that. We just finished up a series. If you're interested in ARC, definitely go check that out. And come on by the Discord. Come say hi. Yeah. All right. Links are in the description. Anyway, guys, see you next time. Thanks for watching. And next video will not be as talky, but I had to catch you up to what I was doing. So hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Peace out.